So this is a way to do some pelvic floor muscle strengthening in a seated position. So when you are sitting, you want to be on your sit bones, not here, and also not trying to be real rigid with the chest lifted. So just comfortable, but on your sit bones. Your feet should be firmly on the floor, so make sure you can feel your feet in the floor and connect through your feet. Find your piston breathing to start with. So feeling that movement of the pelvic floor and the movement of your diaphragm. And then what you're going to start doing is with your exhale, you're going to pick the cue that works for you of lifting your pelvic floor up. So inhale, pelvic floor opens, exhale, pelvic floor comes up. You want to feel for do those inner abdominals come along with and compress inward. You don't need to force that to happen. Just see if that is happening. Lifting up. Okay, so what you don't want to happen is that you're doing this. You shouldn't have to move your spine to have that pelvic floor come up. So just see if you can have that happen naturally without any movement happening in the rest of your body. You should feel underneath on the chair a little bit of a lift up and away from the seat of the firm chair if you're on a firm chair. Okay, now another option here. So you could do, working in sets of 10, with every inhale the pelvic floor opens. If you need to take a couple of rest breaths in between to fully allow that pelvic floor to relax, go ahead and do that. If you don't need to do that, then you can just work with your breath up and down. Another option, if your pelvic floor is somewhat weak and you're wanting to help engage it a little bit more, is to have something between your knees, a block or a ball or even two fists. And with your exhale and your pelvic floor lift, you can do a light squeeze of the block. And that pulls in some of those inner thigh muscles. It helps with that pelvic floor lift. Okay, so inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift. Okay, working in about sets of 10 with that, and trying to lift through the full exhale, getting as strong of a contraction of an upward lift as you can. So again, that's with strengthening. That's not how you work throughout your day. You shouldn't be holding and gripping your pelvic floor as hard as you can throughout the day. This is just for a strengthening exercise to build bulk and strength in your pelvic floor. But learning how to have it come up with exhale helps you to be able to bring that into other daily activities. So as you get out of the chair, you're going to think exhale as you exert or blow before you go. So as I come out of the chair, I'm going to inhale and then exhale. And I'm blowing out. I'm not even necessarily always having to think of lifting the pelvic floor, but hopefully I've trained my body that it will automatically do that as I exhale. That pelvic floor knows to go along for the ride. So using that exhale during some of these activities that you might leak with or struggle with, start to practice that and bring that in.